And welcome to Sunday Offering. Um, and today we want to talk about regret. And I'm going to start off with a reading. And this reading is about Sodom and Gomorrah. And it lends itself to the whole idea of regret. And just let me read this in as best I can, and I'll get to the point. How's that? All right. But Lot said to them, "No, lords, please. Your servant has found favor in your eyes, and you have shown great kindness in sparing my life. But I can't flee to the mountains. This disaster will overtake me, and I'll die. Look, here is a town near enough to run, and it is small. Let me flee to it. It is very small, isn't it? Then my life will be spared." And the Lord said to him, "Very well, I will grant you this request. I will not overthrow the town you speak of, but flee there quickly, because I cannot do anything until you reach it." By the time Lot reached Zoar, the sun had risen over the land, and then the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of the heavens. Thus he overthrew those cities and the entire plain, destroying all living in the cities and also the vegetation in the land. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. It's that last line. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. That's regret. That is what happens with regret. We become, at least in some sense, that pillar of salt. We become petrified, and we become frozen in wherever it was we were headed, because we stop taking steps forward. And that's what regret does. It stops us from taking steps forward. You keep looking back towards other things. We don't look to what it is that we have. We stop feeling in gratitude. We stop feeling the love that is around us, and we just become frozen. So in some respects, yes, it is a metaphor, but the metaphors have truth, and that is what happened to Lot's wife. She looked back, and that feeling overcame her, and thus she was turned to that pillar of salt. And the pillar of salt basically is stone. If you know anything at all about, we have to mine salt in order for us to dress our food and things like that. Basically, salt is a rock. So, how many times do we stop and wonder, what if I had? What would be different if I would have? And those are things that we just simply can't worry about them. Whatever happened did happen, and we're supposed to learn from it. I've said in past weeks that sometimes just stuff happens. There's nothing much we can do about that stuff except for learn from it. And that's why this stuff was put in our path, so that we can learn from it, so we can grow stronger. In some respects, that regret, it weakens us. It holds us back. God wants us to do things that moves us forward, that pushes us in directions that we learn. Because when we learn, we move closer to Him. We move closer to the ultimate love and God who created us. He wants us to learn. He doesn't want us to stop. He wants us to keep moving forward, to keep taking those steps towards Him. So, what would you do to keep moving forward? How do you take the steps to keep looking forward, looking towards where we're all going, so that we don't look back? Stay focused on the love that God has put in front of us. Stay focused on each other. Don't live your life from behind. You have to live your life from what is in front of you and keep moving down that path. Keep moving towards love and the kindness that God wants us to have. We don't need to regret. We only need to keep moving forward. Focus on what is now, what is happening in front of us, and don't look behind. So, in a lot of respects, we as human beings, we're the only animals in the universe that we know of that, because of how we view time, that can regret. Other animals don't have that ability because they only see what is around them and now. They don't see the past. It's gone. It happened and it's gone now. Only human beings can look behind us, and only human beings can look into the past for regret.
17 hours.
So we don't have to worry about that. We just need to keep moving forward. We don't need to feel that, oh, if I would have, or I should have, It doesn't serve us. And we should do those things that serve us. When things serve us, they keep us in a state of gratitude. They keep us being grateful that God did create us. They keep us full of love. They keep us full of happiness. Focus on those things that keep us moving forward, keep us moving closer to our purpose, keep us on the path that our purpose was designed for us. Keep us from becoming that pillar of salt that is petrified by our past. The path to our purpose is built one stone at a time, of course, and we build that as we push forward. We have to keep putting those stones in front of us so that we can keep moving forward. Some of the stones that we put on that path are easy. They're light. Others maybe not so. But all of those stones, we can move, we can keep laying them in our path to the ultimate in salvation. We can keep putting those stones down until we reach the source of God's love, Him. So, keep moving forward. As your week grows, keep loving those that are around you. Focus on the now. Focus on the stone that is in front of you that you need to place in your path to keep moving forward. Because as you place those stones, one at a time, soon enough, you'll be miles and miles from where you started. Alright, so everyone, go in peace and love, and we will talk to you next week.